July 30, 1975. Jimmy Hoffa was one of the most powerful labor leaders in America. But that afternoon, he walked into a restaurant parking lot outside Detroit and disappeared. He was supposed to meet two men, a simple meeting, a quick conversation. Instead, Hoffa vanished without leaving behind a single confirmed trace. For decades, investigators, journalists, and treasure hunters have searched for answers. But the question remains: what happened to Jimmy Hoffa? Before his disappearance became one of America's greatest mysteries, Jimmy Hoffa was a man with enormous influence. Born in Indiana in 1913, Hoffa rose through the labor movement and eventually became president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. Under his leadership, the union grew into one of the most powerful organizations in the country. Millions of workers depended on the Teamsters. Politicians listened to him. Business leaders negotiated with him. But Hoffa's power also attracted controversy. His career was surrounded by accusations, investigations, and questions about his relationships with organized crime figures. At the height of his career, Hoffa seemed untouchable. But power did not protect him forever. Federal investigators began examining his activities. In 1964, Hoffa was convicted of jury tampering and fraud. He was sentenced to prison. For years, he fought to regain control of the Teamsters. Then, in 1971, President Richard Nixon commuted his sentence. But there was one condition: Hoffa could not participate in union activities until 1980. For a man who had spent his life building influence, being forced away from power was almost impossible to accept. On July 30, 1975, Hoffa had plans. He was scheduled to meet two men at the Machus Red Fox restaurant in Bloomfield Township, Michigan. One was a longtime Detroit area associate, the other was connected to organized crime. Hoffa arrived early. He waited, and he became increasingly frustrated when the men did not appear. At around 2 p.m., Hoffa called his wife. He told her he was waiting for the meeting to happen. It was the last known communication from Jimmy Hoffa. Later that afternoon, Hoffa's car was found abandoned outside the restaurant. His vehicle was still there. His personal belongings were inside. But Jimmy Hoffa was gone. There were no witnesses who could confirm what happened. No body was discovered. No clear evidence was found. The investigation immediately became one of the largest missing person cases in American history. Authorities believed Hoffa had been killed, but without a body, the mystery remained. For nearly 50 years, investigators have searched for answers. They have examined abandoned properties. They have searched fields, buildings, and underground locations. Countless theories have emerged. Some claimed Hoffa was buried beneath a stadium. Others believed his remains were hidden somewhere in Detroit. The FBI followed hundreds of leads, but every discovery led nowhere. The disappearance became bigger than the man himself. It became an American legend. Jimmy Hoffa was officially declared dead in 1982. But the mystery never disappeared. Every few years, a new theory appears, a new witness, a new location, a new search. Yet the central question remains unanswered. Where is Jimmy Hoffa? His disappearance represents more than a missing person case. It represents a time when power, politics, and organized crime collided behind closed doors. Jimmy Hoffa spent his life fighting for influence. He built an empire. He challenged powerful people. And then, in a matter of minutes, he disappeared. A powerful man vanished. And history never found the answer.